Hello everyone, here's how to use 6 augments at once in Borderlands 4, and this has some pretty funny interactions because we're actually able to use multiple different dice and multiple different cards at once. The best part about this is some of the cards can do some pretty crazy stuff like trigger Groundbreaker or one-shot enemies. They can also add bonus damage to your guns, and you can see there we're actually chipping away his health pretty well here in Ultimate Vault Hunter 7. So I'll be breaking down all this, and it's actually a pretty fun interaction that has multiple different ways that you can use it. So for first off, we need the Prestidigitator class mod. This drops from Subjugator and Thole. Now, what happens with this is whenever you critically hit an enemy, when Windfall is not active, we get a stack of the Prestidigitator. Whenever Cash critically hits an enemy while in Windfall, he gets a 2% chance per stack to throw a card from his deck, consuming 20% of his stacks. Once Windfall ends, he loses all these stacks. So you can throw upwards of 5 cards. Now, the fun thing about this is, if you have a spec like this, what you can do is go activate the blue skill tree, select which augments that you want to have bound to Cash here. So my favorites are the bet on red here, which is really funny because when you're in Windfall, this will automatically kill all non-badass enemies and deal increased damage otherwise. What's great about that is the enemies in this arena against Subjugator and Thole have a ton of health. So you can one-shot them and then store that damage for Cooler, which is a melee damage, which is actually counted as a melee attack, meaning it triggers Groundbreaker. If you're using the Watts for dinner, or if you've spec'd into taking Red Moon Rising, this adds bonus damage to your guns. They previously changed it so that this doesn't actually cause real damage, but it'll actually add the bonus damage and one shot. And you can see that in action here, throwing the red card and then a blue card one shots. And this works in Ultimate Vault Hunter 7, and again, it just one-shots every part of this fight. It's crazy. So you can do that while you're tossing out dice. It's pretty absurd, but very fun. In addition, I also like to have Sweeten the Pot here, because this is going to give us the Color Spray card, which gains a random elemental damage when thrown and causes our guns to deal bonus elemental damage for a duration. The fun part about that is the bonus damage is 42% of the damage dealt, meaning you can actually get some pretty considerable amounts of damage off. And to show you guys a live example, another fun thing you can do is take Cowboy here. So you see I have the green skill tree marked. This is still selected as my augments here. So what's fun about this is when we trigger Windfall, our action skill will automatically get recharged. If you're using the Roll and Bones Claromancy here, you get 3 dice back every time that you enter Windfall. And this also works for Crossfire. So you can see here I have a cooldown on my Rollin' Bones there. We're still in Windfall, just waiting a second to leave Windfall. Entered Windfall again, we got 3 stacks again. So again, fully charging your action skill. So you can have some pretty crazy interactions going on with this while you're chucking cards and chucking dice everywhere. So yeah, that is pretty absurd. But you can see it there. We have 3 augments and 3 augments equipped. So that's 6. Crazy. Furthermore to this, it'll actually save the last augments that you selected from the blue skill tree until you exit the game. So a little fun fact, you can actually go into the mission replays here, go to a lot to process, and this will actually do a little respec wherever you want. So use that. It's very easy to do. You just run over here, boom. What you can do is then go ahead and clear off all your augments here and then go spec into something else. You'll keep your previous augment selections even when you're using another skill tree. So now I'm fully spec'd into the red, got a little bit of the green because that's kind of the way to do it in a single point of alchemy. And then getting into a fight here, we can actually toss out those cards that we had previously selected. So pretty funny. You see there's the death card that got tossed out, and we tossed out the freezing card. And yeah, this is absolutely absurd. And then we can go into our action skill here and do all the crazy stuff that this one here does. Oops, I accidentally exited it, pressed and held it a little bit too long. But yeah, we're tossing out cards. You can use whatever action skill you want here. I would recommend using the bone dice and also using the so the green and the blue skill tree, but you can use the red skill tree if you want. And you saw it there, we're tossing out whatever cards we had previously selected without even specking into the blue tree. So previously you would see which ones we had selected. You just got to go by memory on that. But yeah, you get all the benefits of it while not even specking into the tree outside that single perfect point of alchemy there to give ourselves those fortune stacks easily. Crazy stuff, super fun, and this is used with the Prestidigitator class mod. I did post a build previously using this, but I'm trying to find some min-maxy ways to get this to go even crazier, so stay tuned for a build on that. Subscribe if this is useful, and we'll catch y'all in the next video.